Hello, my Honeybee You Tarot Hive. I'm going to do a full moon reading. This is for the Libra full moon, which is in April of 2020. And before I begin, I'd like to just say thank you. Thank you for any way that you have been supportive of me taking this step into my why, which I think began like around my birthday in September, late September. And in whatever way that you've been supporting me, whether you're liking my videos, you've sent me a comment, called me, encouraged me, whatever that is. Thank you so much. Honeybee, the reason why I call it Honeybee is because Melissa means honeybee. And I added Honeybee You because honeybees, work, or all bees, work in community. And whatever I'm doing over here doesn't really mean much unless I have you or a sense of community, working together. And I think that's kind of really what the theme is for what we're all going through and looking at across the globe. There's a part of us that needs to be very aware of the relationship that we have with ourselves. And another part that needs to be very aware of what that self brings into relationship with others. And who is the other? I guess you get to decide. But when we're, put into very stressful, even traumatic times, we really are going to see much of our shadow, much of the things that we struggle with, our fears, our anxieties, rise to the surface, and also our strengths. So I think this is just a really great time to make sure that I thank you all for, being a part of what I'm considering a community, and even just by watching it, I don't know, just energetically, I think it's helping me to be more me. Thank you. Again, I don't really know where this reading is going to go because I'm not completely feeling it. And I think that the part of that has to do with the me. Do I give too much? I've got to be like observing myself as I want to encourage everyone else to look at what's coming up for you right now. How do you practice self-care? How do you take care of yourself and love yourself and define yourself, particularly in stressful situations? And for me, I think sometimes I've worked on this a lot, but historically that's something that as a Virgo, I can be very focused on helping others and believing that I'm like the teacher, and I'm not necessarily, it's kind of in me and always has been. And at the same time, sometimes, or I've had to learn not to give more than what is already full in my cup. So I tried to do this reading a couple of times already, and I don't know. So I'm going to try one more time. So we're going to look at what the energies are for the collective, and then I'm going to probably just draw a message. I got some really great spirit oracle cards, different ones that I might draw from for each sign. So kind of pay attention to the reading for the collective. It's my dog eating his cat food. Max! Cool down. So pay attention to the collective reading, which I'm going to start right now. Read or listen to that. And then at the end of that, I'll move into all of the individual signs, starting with Aries. Okay. So Aries is kind of the opposite sign from Libra. So if we have a full moon in Libra, we're in the season of Aries. So we have a full moon that's culminating, right? Full moons are culminations and climaxes of kind of relationships. Libra is the sign of relationships, balance, fairness, beauty, ruled by Venus. So love, creativity, abundance. And on the other side is Aries, which is all about, which is the me. So Libra is the we, Aries is the me. Very entrepreneurial, leadership oriented, a starter. Did I say leader? Me focused. I, competitive. And so, you know, we kind of want to look at maybe what is being illuminated from the Aries kind of sun sign, right? The I, the ego. What is the moon now illuminating about that piece of us in relationship? What are our strengths and what are the things that need to go, need to be released, need to be expunged, need to be dealt with? So let's see what happens. Okay, so I pre-shuffled earlier. I've cleansed the deck, all the crystals, set my intention, said my prayers. So let's see. What are the current energies surrounding us in this time of the Libra full moon in the season of Aries? What do we need to be aware of? Sure that was the only one that came out. Okay. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. And at the bottom of the deck is conclusions are within reach. Interesting. Full moon eclipse. Okay, there are other things going on. Very intense meetings between some very powerful astrological planets, stars, asteroids, all these things like are lining up in ways that we have never seen before and in ways that are reminiscent of other alignments that we've had and conjunctions and all that stuff that I'm not really capable of speaking of. But I do know that they're intense. And so for me, a full moon eclipse, and we are in a full moon, that conclusions are within reach. To me, at the bottom of the deck, that says that there's going to be something quick, potentially drastic, being eclipsed. Out of either our collective lives or our individual lives that we're needing to deal with or are going to show up. I just don't know. Be bold and make the first. Put this back here. Be bold and make the first move. Look, we are in a time where everything is so precarious right now. Our relationships or the relationships that we have, we're really being forced to evaluate the level of appreciation that we have for the relationships that we have, or, you know, what just is no longer working. And I think that this is not, I think this card, and I will read out of the book, but what I'm getting right here is that we have one life consciously these 100 years. And if there is something that you need to say, if there is something that you need to take action on, if there is something that is important to you, maybe it's forgiving yourself. Maybe it's forgiving someone else. Maybe it is telling someone how much they mean to you. Maybe it is deciding like, wow, like I'm stuck at home and I'm not at my job and this is feeling so free and I need to follow my passion. You know, I could take this time right now to figure out how I could work my why. Okay. And I really think this is about trusting in this time. Because again, I see this pink, you know, it's coming out of this like dark indigo celestial sky, and this magenta kind of color, pink magenta, is compassion and trust. But let me read out of the book and let's see. So this is kind of like underlying energy. This is a very, very different card than the other two times I read. So let's see. Cardinal Moon. Now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance, very Aries-like, right? As you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way, to step up as a leader. Attuned to the moon, I am taking charge of my destiny. Additional meanings for this card: be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your own power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. Ganesha like removes obstacles, okay? And so, you know, I'm reading this and I'm thinking, okay, so collectively, we need to decide, you know, what do we want as human beings on this planet? What leaders do we trust in? Our leaders? Are we choosing the correct leaders for all of us, for for humanity, more to say, but I know also that we all want to be out of this kind of down quarantine isolation time. but we do have to avoid moving too fast. You know, really, what are we learning here? Me versus we. Me versus we. So let's just see how this reading plays out. Okay, so that's the kind of underlying energy here. So I'm going to shuffle this one more time. Oh, they said one more time. Okay. So what do we need to know? What do we need to be aware of? I'm going to put this down. What do we need to be aware of? Okay. This is the Eight of Cups. Woo! Walking towards, at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups, and underneath that is the Magician. Okay? The Eight of Cups. I see this as the need to walk away from something that may still give us pleasure. It may to an extent, or may have to an extent, been fulfilling, but it is no longer, and we're moving alone towards something more fulfilling. Moving towards the Nine of Cups, right? To reach this Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is here for the taking, but we have to walk away from these cups. We have to let go. We have to surrender to the old in order to reach this. And we each have to be the magician and create that and know that we can. We can take from heaven and manifest it to earth. We have everything that we need. Okay? So that's the situation. Needing to move away, be bold, take the first move, be the leader. There's nothing easy. Nothing in this card looks easy. This actually always reminds me of an eclipse. And it looks very solitary, right? This might be it may be talking again to having to be a leader, to walk this path alone, because you know there's something more and better. There may be other people that don't understand, you know. There may be forces that are going to sort of like want to pull you back, like, but yeah, but no, there's something more, and I have to go find it. I have to choose the more, maybe for my sake, my personal sake, or maybe for the collective sake. Number 8, as above, so below. Okay, so what to do? Well, there's a card of Aries at the bottom of the deck. Okay, that is about our current structures, rules, laws, regulations, power, leadership, rulers. Okay. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I need to take a second. So here is the Nine of Pentacles. It's about kind of everything that we manifest. This is money, you know, the coin, anything earthly, material, wealth, work, things, right? Then we have the King of Cups. He's a compassionate leader. He's has a big heart, but he doesn't get carried away by his emotions. Even like you can see the waves, right? Like in the background. It's almost like he's Mr. Mindful, right? He's so caring. He does care. But the waves in the background, like he's rock solid. But he still has his one little foot, you know, moving into the watery emotional flow. This is also a card of Pisces. Now, let me just think about this. What the heck is going on with Pisces? I think, okay. Not 100% sure, so I think I won't say it. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and I know that whether we're in Mercury or Mercury's in Pisces right now or just left, I know that there's still some very heavy Neptunian energy, which Neptunian energy can be very illusory, nebulous, like you don't kind of have all of the facts, kind of dreamy quality, fantastical fantasies, that kind of thing. So let me see. And then we have the Ten of Swords. Nine to 10. You know, I think that this is saying we definitely are all going to experience, I think we're still going to experience either more pain, potentially betrayal in some way, shape, or form. Potentially by leaders. Or we need to trust, maybe this is more it, that we need to trust in our self, in our individual self, that we will come out of this very dark time. We need to trust in ourselves that it is time for unending. We have to let something end, let something die already. Potentially having to do with leaders, government, this sort of structure that we've built. But do it compassionately. without a lot of high emotionality, in a very grounded, responsive way, not a reactive way. Okay? Because remember, we do have this kind of eclipse energy, so something could happen fairly quickly. But I think, once again, we can trust, I just think that she is 100% in her sense of confidence and independence, but it's very grounded. It's not diva-esque. It's not, wands energy. It's not fire. It's earth. It's grounded. I trust. I trust in my ability to, harvest all of this, lush vineyard, and that it will, once again, I'll plant those seeds and they will rise up again. Like, I trust in this cycle. We need to harvest, pull something up. It's dead, it's done. Till the soil again. Let that sunrise come up, right? So there's a lot of, theme of kind of trusting in ourselves and trusting in life. A lot of that is being sort of threatened right now, right? Everything we've known so far is being threatened, challenged, questioned. I can't tell you how many times I hear, when is this going to end? Everybody wants to go back. We can't go back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're moving forward to something better. Something has to die first. We're not going back. That is not happening. We've got an 8 here, then we've got a 9, then we've got a 10. We're moving forward. So if we can trust and respond in the face. Oh, and then we have the confident queen. Indeed we do. The bottom of the deck. Oh man, wow. Lovers. Lovers. Okay, so what is this about? This is a card of Gemini, and I think something's moving into Gemini. Is it Venus? But Gemini is, very dualistic, right? If you know a Gemini, you know that they seem to kind of vacillate between, one truth and another truth. And I don't think that that's really what's happening. I just think that Geminis, wherever they are, and their truth in that moment is their truth. I think that they think a lot about, options. Maybe I'll try this one day, and maybe I'll try that another day. I don't know why I'm going on about that. That's weird. But so here's the Lover's card, and it's a balancing of the masculine energy, the fire over here, and the feminine energy. Okay. The healing, transformative snake. Let's see what else. This card follows the Hierophant, the 5. Another 5, yeah. So it's just a couple of cards down. I don't know if you can see that. So it's just a few cards down from the bottom of the deck. And then we have Temperance, which again is balancing, and we've got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so at some level in our journey, my journey into our growth as a human / spiritual being, you know, we do know we have to live in a civilized, society. And we have moral and ethical codes that we choose to live by. But that's, or that are put out there, but that's the thing, we get to choose. We do get to choose. Our relationships. We get to choose who we come into relationship. We get to choose how to come into relationship. Who am I in relationship? We get to choose, and we balance, I think many times when we come into relationship, we're balancing many times something else that we just that we were in relationship with. And I'm just going to let you think about that in your history of relationships. We learn a lesson here, we learn a lesson there, and then we go back to here, then we go back to there. Like, we're kind of always like working it out. And I don't know, I just feel like here with this angel up here, and for this particular reading, it's like this whole thing that we're going through with the novel coronavirus, we're being given a chance, like from our higher power, God, consciousness, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it, that doesn't care what it's called, okay? You, the ego, cares, but it does not care. We are being given a chance to make a balanced choice to be in relationship. What do we want? What are we going to go after? Be bold and make the first move. She's bold. She's going to make the first move. Believe me. If she sees it, she wants it, she goes for it. And she doesn't mess around with boys or playas. She could be president. Maybe this is a balancing, because we saw Aries earlier, the bottom of the deck. This is really a balancing of, sort of there's not one is not what the masculine energy is not better than the feminine. They go together to make a whole. But we've had a masculine energy that has been out of balance. And maybe this feminine energy is coming into her own power. Leaders gotta lead, but with compassion. I think he is the most attuned to his feminine side as a king, right? He's all man. Don't get it twisted here. He's compassionate. And she's kind of like the most masculine, if you will, of the feminine energies of the queens. And then we've got temperance, which is balance. It's all about balancing. Right underneath that. And then underneath like that, like I said, the Hierophant. So yeah, there is going to be a grieving period. But we are it's like we are being forced to look at, you know, what action are we willing to take compassionately to balance out, you know, what has been imbalanced for far too long, honestly. Okay, I gotta go let my cat in. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, so, yikes, it's at 37 minutes. So, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly read I keep getting this. So I'm going to quickly read a postcard from Spirit for each sign, starting with Aries. What does Aries need to know at 37:50? What does Aries need to know? Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide, feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, even more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We are loving you, sending you love, always and forever. These are called postcards from Spirit. I would recommend this deck to anyone who just wants a little confirmation throughout the day, a little touch from Spirit. They're so sweet and cute. Okay, so that's for Aries. And I feel like, again, since we are in the season of Aries, that could really be for all of us, okay? So let's move on to Taurus. I'm going to shuffle just a little. So Taurus is going to be starting at 9:45. Okay, Taurus. Okay. You're going to see me doing these cards in different ways because I'm listening to what I'm being told to do. Dear, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up, and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so much. It's wonderful. Wonderful, Taurus. Okay. Gemini. Okay, so take it off the top right now. Gemini. Dear you, there is always more than one side to an argument. Two sides, if not more, to every story, and hundreds of ways to be right. I'm sorry. And hundreds of ways to be right, be different, be at odds, and so on. Today, we suggest that instead of looking for differences, you find a meeting place of agreement and approach this experience with understanding and compassion. Seek common ground to understand how another person thinks or how an alternative plan might be laid. Stay out of judgment too. Observe, discern, but accept that others have different stories, experiences, and journeys, and some people might refuse to remain open to another's point of view. No matter what, you've been presented with a great opportunity to explore a new way of doing things once common ground is reached. You're attracting people and situations that enrich your life and bring you wonderful things to learn. Interesting. Very much about looking at relationship. Gemini. Okay. So for Leo. Okay. Dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? We are here to tell you we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. By the way, this card at the bottom of the deck is also a card of Leo. Leos are leaders, natural leaders, and they're very creative and playful. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are on the earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so loved. So nice. Well, crap. I passed Cancer. All right, so that went out of order, but that doesn't matter. It just means I forgot Cancer. So we're going to do Cancer now. Okay. I just have to remember that when I do this. Let's see. Well, you got the same thing. Cancer, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? We are here to tell you we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are on earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. Okay. So now we're at Virgo. Dear you, there is only one you, and you have a unique place in the universe. Sometimes situations come up that challenge you to be authentic, and that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of being what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform to other people's standards or expectations. Be proud of who you are and be courageous. Stand tall in your convictions. Being yourself is a powerful statement and will only lead you to success and ultimately happiness. Don't compare yourself to other people. Want what you have, choose what your heart wants, and know that your purpose is yours alone. No one else can claim your magic nor take it away. Wow, this is crazy. Okay. When you place authenticity and originality high on your list of priorities and give them a prominent place in your awareness, extraordinary things happen. Your life is a beautiful one. Love you always and forever. You are magic. Love it. Okay. For my Libra gang out there. My Libra gang. My Libra lovers. My Libra ladies. You know who you are. Whoops. Okay, they said do that again. All right. Stop fooling around. Dearest you, do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We are here for you and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part. Now let us do ours. You would be awestruck if you knew how many strings were pulled through the matrix to give you what you need and desire. Spirit has a plan, and when you sign up to be a co-creator, you need to remember to allow the partnership. Libra, you're all about partnership. You need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans meet up with those of Spirit. Remember, though, Spirit's timetable and ideas of how things will play out may be quite different from yours. Trust us. Spirit's ideas are amazing. Now let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will have taken place. We love you so much. With love. Could that be any more Libra? I don't think so. I don't think so. Scorpios. It's for Scorpio. It said Scorpio babies. Scorpio babies. Dear you, the simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything is in relationship. I need to read that sentence over. Dear you, the simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything is in relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence, and even in the spirit world, there is a consequence for every action taken on your behalf. Right now, you're facing conditions that were set in motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. They will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. If some things are a little off and uncertain, know that whatever you're facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what is being presented. I think this is very aligned with this business down here. To not move through reactivity, but through responsibility. Okay. Water sign can be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But we've got that nebulous Piscean thing going on. So you're likely to be very affected by that. So I'm sorry, let me, if some things are a little off and uncertain, know that whatever you are facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what is being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move it to higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't that amazing? How we adore you. You are a divine beauty. Lovely. So make sure your thoughts are aligned with what it is that you want to create, that they are based in trust and faith and not in fear. I just had to add that little addendum. Sagittarius. Hold on. Sagittarius. Okay. All right, hold on. Why? At the top. All right, you are loved. Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality. But we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not arriving in any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? Be in the moment, Sagittarians. Stay in the moment. Appreciate the little things. Saggies. Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn. Okay, they said divide. Take from the top. Ooh, dragon here. You are fierce, Capricorn. Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it is up to you how you live, how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. Exactly. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. Nice. Aquarius. Aquarius. They said, yeah, it's going to be very similar. Okay, it's the same. Dearest you, there is only one you, Aquarius, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people. But then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good, according to society standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not when someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. And Pisces. Pisces. Need a message for Pisces. Take it, okay. Dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and you will never ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. If you only knew how much you were loved. Sigh. With love. Little angel on the back. Okay, so I think I want to end it here. We're almost at an hour and I was able to do a collective tarot reading. You know, maybe I will draw one card for the collective. One message for the collective from the Keepers of the Light deck by, I'm going to draw one from the Keepers of the Light and one Spirit Animal Oracle because it's so beautiful and I think we're really dealing with, Earth as well, Mother Earth. The bottom of the deck here is Kalima. Facing fear, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. That is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, but the card that came out is Freya. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Whoa! Okay, I'm going to read that out of the book. Freya. I don't. Maybe they'll tell me how to pronounce this correctly. Nope. Freya, which means lady, is the Norse goddess of the moon and love. Wow. She is the twin flame of Odin and a warrior goddess who offers deep spiritual and physical protection to those who call on her. She will stand before you with her shield and spear, keeping you safe from harm. She works closely with moon energy and helps us recognize that our life is a cycle that is always changing. She herself is the maiden, the mother, and the crone aspect of all women and guides them to the wisdom these cycles bring. We all go through these phases of cycles of growth, and Freya is the energy that supports this. She has a raven spirit totem, which is said to represent her capacity to travel between heaven and earth. Extended message, a phase of your life may be coming to an end, but it's important to acknowledge that it's not the end. It's not the end. You see the sun rising, right? We get a new choice. You may have been desperate for change. Oh, I'm sorry. When one door closes, another opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed so that you can leave behind anything that is false. Step into your peaceful warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. I don't think everyone's going to call it exciting, but yes, years later we may look back and be able to say that. What did I say? Okay, and then we're going to take one from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed. The drawings on these are so cute, and I used these in my last series, which I was looking at the different emotions that we're all moving through and did readings based on, you know, what you're feeling rather than or experiencing at any given time rather than like your signs. So you can look at those videos and, you know, they're timeless. Well, they're not timeless. I was told they're from 4/16 to 5/16, but that it was okay from sort of now through just a little after 5/16. But that's, so I kind of sense like during that 4/16 period, something, like I said, I think we have another sword in the back coming. I don't know. Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Number 8. And we started off with an 8 here. The Bobcat. So gorgeous. The Bobcat moves furtively and mysteriously, and when Bobcat Spirit appears to you, she brings a powerful reminder that not all things in life can be explained or understood through the power of the intellect. Trying to figure things out, find logical explanations, or predict what will happen based on reason and facts will not provide you with the certainty and comfort you seek. Bobcat asks you to trust in the great mystery and let the secrets of the universe reveal themselves to you through direct experience. Allow your vision to slip into soft focus, and you will see between the lines and observe what has been hidden there all along. Bobcat Spirit helps you know intimately the pulse of the divine world. Trust in the wisdom and revelations that come to you, yet know that understanding may not come as you would like it to. What you experience through your heart and intuition, which comes to you as the voice of your inner knowing, will guide you now as you accept that secrecy is woven into the fabric of existence. No matter what, the appearance of Bobcat Spirit is a sign that you are being called to trust, even when what is revealed does not agree with your need for intellectual certainty. Wow. Aren't we all constantly describing this space and anxiety because we're in such an uncertain time, and people are grasping for anything that feels like a sense of surety and certainty. Bobcat Spirit tells you this is not a time to reveal your deepest, most cherished dreams and desires to others, but rather a time to be quiet and gentle with yourself as truths begin to emerge in your awareness. Self-protection is called for, so be discerning, selective, and even secretive, revealing no more than is necessary. People have a way of imposing their opinions on you, so pay attention to whom you surround yourself with at this time. Be watchful and check your own motives as well as those of others as you keep your secrets to yourself for now rather than expose them to those who may potentially misunderstand your intentions or may not be supportive. Let your logical mind take a rest as you start to perceive the energy of your environment. Bobcat Spirit wants you to be stealthy and wise and keep your own counsel. Let yourself be a mystery yet to be revealed. Yeah, so I think that's really kind of addressing, what I talked about earlier, where it's kind of like our shadow stuff is coming up. The struggles that we have, our reactivity, our old woundings and fears, and the things that go bump in the night. And we need to be dealing with those at a very deep, introspective, soul-searching level that does not need the voice and the opinions of other people. This is very deep, individual, personal work. And we all need to do that. It's all floating up to the top right now in each and every one of us, as are our strengths. And we do have the right to say, wow, look how far I've come. Like 10 years ago, I would have reacted in this way, or 10 years ago, I would have not been able to, show up in this way, and now I can. But here's this other thing. What's that about for me? Okay, so thank you, dear ones. Remember that you matter, your life matters, you have a purpose and a meaning, and it impacts each and every one of us in our community in so many ways. So thank you so much, and take care.